One area of my being that I've been working on is not feeling the necessity to be ultra prepared for things. So things like these podcast episodes, I've been able to trace this feeling that I've had back to when I was a kid. It's a long story that I won't bore you with, but I think this is tied into the obsession that a lot of society has with perfectionism. This idea of don't make a mistake, be ready for all angles, get it right first time. When really, I mean, human beings are far from perfect, and we don't need to dig too far into newspaper headlines to see many examples of this. So I've taken the very brave step of doing something that's really important to me for so many reasons, which is getting out of my own comfort zone. So I kind of avoided doing much research on my guest today, other than he's a co-founder of the band Afrodream, who've recently released their second and really totally inspiring album called Guiss Guiss, a beautifully uplifting, diverse, and rich mix of rhythms, instrumentation, and vocals at its core. It's really, really special. Obviously, there's some irony in the fact that I've prepared this intro, but one step at a time. So I'm really, really delighted to have one of the founders of Afrodream, Luca Vergano, with me today, and really looking forward to getting to know him. So, Luca, welcome, and thanks so much for coming on, and also for doing this in English. My Italian hasn't really left the starting line yet. So thanks for that.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah. Not at all. So how's it? So the second album has been out for about 3 weeks now. How's it sort of feel to have it out there now?
Was the album had a long process of composition, like more or less not so long, like 3 or 4 months. But only once a week, me and the singer meets and try to put down the ideas that we elaborate during the week. So we maybe I search for guitar riffs or I start from two things, or guitar riff or drum patterns. So in my home, I write some drum patterns, and I send to the Abu, the singer.
Yeah.
Start to sing something over, and then we met, and we decided which direction make the track follow. And so we can have a clear idea of the kind of songs that will join the album. So we want one song more powerful, one song more fast, one song more slow. And so was really we have a very big perspective, because we work with Calm. The same we cannot say about the recording, because our manager start to wants the album in a moment. She wants the album in 1 month, so we don't have the brass section fixed. We don't have the drummer because the drum was a bit floating. There was one before, then another that wants to record something, and so the recording was not do with Calm, but really fast. And I think that everything goes so well, because it's always hard to record an album without knowing the people that will record it. And
right.
Our ideas, we have a very clear idea, so everything went good. But was difficult registration.
So apart from you and Abu, you didn't know who else was going to be able to do the recording?
No.
Wow.
Because our manager started to say, we need the album in 1 month, because blah blah blah.
Wow.
And so we didn't know the drummer, and we didn't know the brass section. Of course, we were me, the principal member were always together. Me, the Argentinian flute and keyboard player that we play together since a long time, and the singer and the bass player. But the other members, the female vocal, and the other, there was not fixed. But as a producer, I have really the habit to work in these conditions, because maybe an artist in the middle of the recordings call I don't know, another musician that was not expected to record. And so for me was quite normal. But for the next time, I really want to record all together and not separate tracks. Because I think the warm of the sound, to have a sound more warm is better. And we have to rehearse a lot the tracks before recording them.
When you and Abu sort of come together to write.
Sorry?
When you come together with Abu to write the songs and work out the framework of the album
on Wednesday.
Oh wow! No, but when you do that, do you come with how do you work out your ideas of what you want the album to be? How do you do that together? Because it's difficult, I guess, with kind of two people with their own ideas of what you want the album to be.
We work together with Abu since like 8 years.
Yeah.
So, and since in reality, from the beginning, there was a really big comprehension and the connection between us, and more or less everything I did, he likes. And the
the reverse, same.
The reverse. So not everything, but more or less, when I send to him a guitar riff, I send to him, but I know that he will like it. And the same for the vocal. Maybe I am a little bit more perfectionist, so I want to maybe to find 3 or 4 vocal for every part. But every time he is so open to do this. It's not like, oh no, we have to keep this. Is very open, and for me it's the same. And I think that this is the key. If he say to me sometimes, oh no, please, this we can change, I'm really open to change it, and so everything is so I don't know, fluid. Everything is so fluid, because there are a lot of musicians that maybe you start to say, oh, maybe you can do it a little bit different, this part, and they start to watch you like this, like, what are you saying? And people I hate.
You've got I mean, you have to be open, don't you, to to kind of ideas.
The ego
I mean,
or
it's a hard thing sometimes, isn't it? If you have your own ideas of, and those ideas are quite rigid, strict. It's like, okay, you need to try and be more open minded about things, especially when you're working in a big group.
Yeah, but the key is that maybe you can have your idea, but you have to try also another idea, another, maybe 10, maybe 20, and then all together we choose, or maybe the producer will choose, I don't know. But when you say to one musician, please try also another thing, and he start to watch you in a bad way, understand that he is not yet a good musician. He's only a person that have to understand a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess
Psychologically and artistically, everything is so complex, and you have to work not for yourself, but you have to work for the track and
yeah,
for the other people. You have to create a connection, and your sensibility needs to has to be deep in the track, deep in the music. And if there is not this deepness, to understand that maybe you have to try a lot of things before getting the point, is
mm.
is not good to work with you.
Is that something for you that comes easy? Has that always been, you've always had that sort of open mind, so if I mean, sometimes I feel I'm much better with this now, but sometimes in previous years doing things, sometimes you have an idea of how you want it to be, either whether it's art or writing or even just any sort of project,
Yeah, yeah,
and
it's a
then
good.
somebody says, okay, well, what about this, trying this, and it's like, I had an idea in my mind that it was going to be this, and now you're telling me to try something different. It can, depending on, I think sometimes on how the person says it to you, it can be a little bit personal. You can take it a little bit personally.
Yes, of course. And I use I'm a producer, so I work with a lot of people, and we
Yeah.
try a lot of things differently. So I develop like a sensibility to say this, like okay, this isn't very nice, but maybe to have a spectrum of possibility, we can try also other things. So more or less, I have always the same modality,
Yeah. Yeah.
way, the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But a lot of people doesn't understand the concept. Uh,
Mm.
I remember, for example, when I was at the high school, I was I had rehearsal with my friends, and when they say to me, "No, the guitar part is not good," I stay maybe for half an hour like this, in the corner. No, so I can understand that is for some people, they never go on from the high school mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you have to particularly, I guess, particularly when you're a producer, but you have to know their personality and the way to get the best out of them.
Yes, yes. It's not only a producing job, but it's a psychological job, because you have to
Yeah.
be really sensitive, because everyone is so different, everyone is so complex, and
Yeah.
maybe sometimes it's easy for you to say, please do also like this, but maybe for them is a there is a storm, interior storm,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes someone start to cry.
Yeah.
uh,
It can
yeah.
be difficult. It brings up a lot of emotions, and it's a challenge when you have something to do, you have a project, you have a job to do to get something finished, and it's a challenge.
Yeah, because also for our keyboard player was like this, but and I have to work like 2 days more because of this, because it
Mm,
is very skilled, is a super musician, one of the best
mm.
musician I know. But he arrives in the studio with a lot of notes, with a lot of parts, really full of things. And I didn't like this approach, because I want some more minimal parts. Because in Afrobeat there are a lot of things.
There's a lot. Yeah.
We are eight, so there are a lot of instruments. it was quite hard to say to him, please remove a lot of notes, try to be more minimal. We stay 2 days in a strange situation. But at the end, I'm sure that he's happy.
I mean, the record itself is fantastic. I mean, it's really I just love it. As soon as I heard it, after Jada sent it to me, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, wow, this is so good.
Ah, you like the
Oh,
album?
I love it. Yeah,
Oh,
I love it. It's amazing. I think it's just beautiful.
grazie.
The whole kind of the songwriting, the feel and the vibe of it. Yeah, just sort of straight all the way through the record is great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
What's been the reception? How have people said to you that they like it?
Yeah,
It's been good.
it's a few time that was published, but a lot of people appreciate the warm of the sound, I don't know, like yes, more especially the warm sound that
Yeah,
we create, and it's like a lo-fi Afrobeat, really.
yeah.
Some tracks are more powerful, of course, but for this album, I want really a sweet and warm sound.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a very positive feel that you
And
get,
positive, yeah,
sort of listening to it, and like you say, that sort of warmth and positivity that sort of comes through, with it, which I think is really great, since there's so much negativity in the world and sort of bad stuff going on in the world, that you have a record that is positive, is warm. This is where music makes a difference, right? Isn't it?
yeah. For example, we went on Friday. We play in Milan, and there were 800 people. We didn't expect a lot of people like this.
Amazing.
And in the chorus of Ethnic that says ma vie change, it was a really uh, different kind of public as we always play for. Maybe we play was really not elegant, but not social center people like Afrobeat. Sometimes
Yeah,
was
I
more
understand.
radical chic, because in Milan people are more like this.
Yeah,
It was a really surprise for us that they really appreciate that kind of vibe. They start to sing all together that chorus,
amazing.
and was really loud, the voice, and for us was a little victory, because
Yeah.
we have the habit to play maybe in our contest more, that people love Afrobeat, uh,
Mm,
go to listen to it, because it's a kind of music that is really sectorial.
yeah,
And
yeah.
in that kind of situation, there were the people we were sure that didn't know anything about Afrobeat.
Wow.
And so was really difficult at the beginning, because was a little bit strange, maybe, the situation, and that after 2 or 3 tracks everyone start to sing, and
Mm,
was a really positive
yeah.
signal.
I mean, does it like a band that has become really, really kind of mainstream and popular now, like Ezra Collective,
Mm.
talking about Afrobeat. I mean, has that sort of helped? I mean, I went to like me and my partner went to see Ezra Collective in Paris. Was it last year or the year before? And it was packed. The venue, it was probably, I don't know, maybe 1,500 people
Mm.
venue, and it was great. It was really good, and so I'm wondering if their popularity is sort of is kind of helping people to kind of know about Afrobeat?
No, sorry, I didn't understand the
Oh,
question.
I'm wondering if the popularity of a band like Ezra Collective has kind of like helped in people's understanding and knowledge of Afrobeat, of that
Ah,
musical style.
yeah, of course. I think yes, because, for example, I don't know, another band that I really love is Neuen Afrobeat from Chile.
Okay, yeah,
Uh, they are so good. We play together. We stay in our houses this summer because they come in Europe, and
yeah,
our manager is the same of them, and
yeah,
I think all of their job help to know Afrobeat to the people, and Ezra Collective is the same, Orchestra Baobab the
yeah,
same. Yeah, the popularity of this project, of course, help the all the community.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that when I discover Afrobeat at the beginning, I really didn't know anything before. It was like
Mm,
last 10 years ago, because
mm,
the cousin of Abu, that was our first percussionist, make me discover. I don't know if you know Sheklo.
mm, no, no.
So he's a Senegalese artist. Did also the KXP, for example.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is really famous. It was discovered by Yusundur, and
Mm,
they did a track together. And when I the first time I listened to the Afrobeat, I say, "Oh wow, what is this?" There are
yeah,
guitars that I like. There are jetsy vibes of the brasses. Uh,
mm,
Afrobeat percussion that make a groove really interesting, and so I discover like three music in one.
wow, yeah, yeah,
And so my mind changes, and I cannot listen anymore only to tum tum pa,
yeah, yeah.
because also in Italy there is a big problem. The music in Italy is so I don't know, is so um, um, not really stimulating for me.
Mm, mm,
Cantautorato, Italian singer. Uh,
mm.
there is no the problem is there is no variety, so
Okay.
you put on the radio, or I don't know, a lot of art. I don't know which artist to listen in Italy. Is really difficult, and so
Mm.
you really listen to um, foreign music.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
In Italy is I don't know. There are not artists that I listen to. There are only few artists.
Yeah. So the like the musical style is quite limited. It's very much the same.
Sì,
You listen to the radio, it's the same kind of
sì.
vibe that you're getting. Yeah, yeah.
We are still in the trap. We are still in the cantautori, like guitar and voice and all the arrangement. Okay, but really simple. It's not. For example, when I go to play in Germany and in France, you turn on the radio and you can feel the complexity
Yeah.
of the musical world. I listen to a lot of electronic music from Germany um,
Mm.
and France and England. And for example, I do electronic music, no, like organic house or melodic house.
Yeah.
I start to send at the beginning of my street in Italy to someone, but it was like the desert, completely the desert.
Yeah.
I sent in a lot of label answer to me, and they give me a lot of recommendation, like also psychologically this is so different, like maybe you can change the kick, maybe you can change the synthesizer, maybe you can and for me it was something that was like the paradise.
Mm.
A man of a label once said to me, "Your kick is shit," and I was so happy because I received some feedbacks, and they after this they start to publish my tracks because they like them, and then I passed to another label that really also helped me to grow. The head of the label asked to me to open all the European tour concert.
Wow.
So I play in Copenhagen, London,
Amazing.
Dublin, Stuttgart, Munich, Cologne.
Yeah.
Now I will go to play in Barcelona and in Madrid.
Amazing.
Barcelona and Razzmatazz, for example. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know
the
the one.
the the the, the mind that start really to understand that there is a world that you can work with.
Yeah.
For example, I tell you this. I had a track, and the last days I send to the guys that makes me for my electronic music mix and master, and they say, "Oh yes, it's a really great track, but maybe we can sing something over it."
Mm.
And he sing a hook on the in the when there is not the beat,
Yeah.
and he has a incredible voice, and the tracks now is finished. And in Italy these things doesn't happen because they in Italy there are a lot of problems in helping each other,
Right.
and there is not this way of sharing ideas. Is more difficult. Is more difficult, especially with the labels. The labels
Right.
wants the song finished. They and once that the artist is still in the world. They don't. It's very difficult that a label make grow an artist.
Yeah. Because those ideas, those collaborations, are just really important for for music. But when you don't have that, when it's everything is very like isolated, and everybody's just doing their own thing, it's not healthy for for the music.
Of course, the problem comes from the high.
The
Uh,
high the at the top, yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the Ministry of Culture in Italy is a really shit, and
Mm.
they don't put money in art. They don't help the venues.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
there are no the same things that there are in Germany, in France, in England.
Mm.
Is really sad, the situation. So it's not only a problem of the artist, but the artist must do something against this. And only in the pandemic period, everyone start to say, "Oh my God, without work,
Mm.
are in the shit." Instead, in the other countries, maybe with the subsidy, it's like
Oh, subsidy. Yeah. Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they can go on. Instead, my friend that make jazz, for example, went to do Glovo
Mm.
because they cannot live without
Yeah,
work.
just live without the work. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the problem is of all the Italian community in the whole perspective, from the top and
Yeah.
but from the top is one of the is the first problem, is the original problem.
The original problem. I mean, going back to when you were a kid, when you were growing up. I mean, how did you get into music? What were the things that kind of got you into music?
I think was my mother that sing all day long.
Right, right.
Was very in tune and sing all day long. And then my grandfather gave to me a guitar when I was 8.
Oh wow.
And but
Yeah.
since I was 15, I really want only to play football in reality.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah, because I used to play in the Torino FC,
Okay.
the kids, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after my mother took me out from this team because I did not study, yeah, at
All
school,
right. Yeah.
did not study,
Yeah.
and so at home said I take the guitar. But since I was 15, more or less, that I start to play with my friend, and I really fall in love with guitar and with music. I didn't
Mm.
I didn't play so much.
Mm. I mean, what was what sort of kids did you and people did you hang out with? I mean, what you know, I'm always interested when like when I was growing up about the about the sort of people that I wanted to hang out with, and how they sort of influenced me.
Hang out?
Yeah, you were just friends that you used to kind of hang around with socially. You used to be friends with them and do things together.
Yeah. I had a friend from that really was important for me musically. We went in the first school together when we were 3 years old.
Mm,
Uh, he was he is. We still we are in touch, and we had two bands in the high school
yeah,
uh, together. And when we was like 15, we start to compose songs together.
yeah.
Because in the long when the summer were so long and the infinite summer.
Yes.
Now the summer is like this.
It's crazy, isn't it? When you were young, it feels now like summers were so long when you were a kid.
Everything is
Wow.
like infinite green. In fact, I write a track called Infinite Green in some months ago, referring to this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You were in the grasses for afternoon that never ends.
Never ends. Yeah. Yeah.
And in this never-ending summer, we used to stay all day long together, play video games, and when we didn't play video games or when we didn't play football, we composed music. And as when we start, all the other things we stop to do, and we all only compose music.
Wow. How was that? That must have been. How was that? Like an exciting thing to do? And did you then go on and sort of play live?
Yeah, we start to call other friends like a bass player and other
Wow.
and we search for a really good singer that and we play together for like 5 years. Yeah, we
Wow.
do a lot of concert, uh, some also in Germany, because there was a manager that contacted us for a video on YouTube and was from Germany and started to make play us in some venues in Germany, like three or
Mm,
days, but mostly we play in Italy and in our
yeah.
near to Torino.
So can you remember what your the first gig that you played?
Yeah, the
How
first gig
was it?
was like in the afternoon at 2 uh,
Yeah.
in a park here. Our first band was progressive metal. We start for progressive metal, so
Yeah.
that of course cannot do, but I try to. Uh, was really strange because I had long hair and I was behind my long hair.
Brilliant.
And after we change a bit, we become more electro pop, electro rock, more electro rock, yes, because there was a lot of band that we love, like the Sounds. I don't know if you remember the Sounds, you know.
I do, yeah.
Our The Knife was more electro.
Yeah.
The Knife for me are one of the band more influence for me. Their album Silent Shout influence all my music because it's a bit Afro and a little bit electro.
Electro, yeah.
And then we had some more older people, like some years more than us, that has that organize a lot of concert in over the river of Turin, that is called Murazzi was the place, and there were like 10 venues in Murazzi, and every month they call us to play for one venue, and so we start to play live a lot.
Wow, that's amazing.
And we grow up really like this, and more or less was the same that happens with Afrodream. With Afrodream, after I closed with this band at 23 years old, at 24 I start to play with Afrodream, and there was a centro sociale, social center.
Yes, yeah.
Center of Turin, and we were there in the afternoon. We write songs, and maybe we play that song that we write in the afternoon in the evening.
Wow,
and
that's wild.
And was every time really full of people, like 300 people, that for a band that was created from some months was incredible.
Wow.
And that really give us the energy and the possibility to trust in our music.
Because that, I mean, for example, writing a song and then almost immediately playing it live. I mean, that's like kind of improvising.
Yeah, of course. Afrodream born from anarchy.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Not only artistic, but also mental.
Of the mind.
We were like animals. Yeah, because the bass player was the first bass player. It was a really I don't know. No, we can say come out from prison after, and then we met the day after.
Wow,
Was like,
brilliant.
I don't know in which situation I'm finished. I studied law. No, I studied law at university. So in a moment, I start to play with that bass player out from prison the day before, and but was really interesting how we create this magic together. There was everyone was so sensible and kind with the other. There was like it really creates a family was created between people, because everyone was so kind with the other.
Yeah,
it was not like in the band like, oh, we have to arrive there, we have to work. No, we met for example once in a month, but and so we have a few time, but maybe we write two chords and a guitar riff, and there was a vocal line, and then all the rest was total improvisation.
Wow, that's incredible.
We have only a groove. We have a groove. Our first drum player was the one that made me discover Afrodream, Afrobeat. Sorry.
Yeah.
And his cousin was Abu.
Yeah.
And he called Abu. We start to so there was two from Senegal and one from Costa d'Avorio.
Yep.
And there was me and the Argentine flute man.
Flutes, yeah.
We were only this, and a saxophone player that plays also percussion, and I don't know how to describe. It was no structure, no structure.
That's incredible.
Was like, in fact, the problem, not the problem, because it's good things, but the problem is in Afrodream, little by little built this structure, because when you start with anarchy artistically and psychologically, it's hard to change. In fact, when arrives Carmela, the years before Carmela was still so really better, but when arrives Carmela, she say, no, we have to work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. No, totally different is from my project, that I have a mindset, really different mindset, because I start in another way. But if you are a lot of people, you start in one way, it's really difficult to change.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Also for us, now in the live, we play like half of the track really structured, and half really without a structure. So we have some riffs, some things, and we go free.
So you've still kept that improvisation kind of idea and approach.
I love this, because you compose when you are in the concert, and it is still one of the most magic things for me, because maybe you do a guitar riff or a saxophone riff, and the people start or to sing it or to dance it, and it's still the most magic part of music.
Yeah, I just love that so much, because it's just thinking about how you do that. Like it's just purely instinct, and just kind of like intuition, of what you feel in the moment.
Yeah, I think is this. Yeah, absolutely. Is instinct. In fact, I think composing is like, or recording or arranging, is like having an instinct in the beginning, and then trying to conserve and keep that instinct when you are recording and arrange the track, not to lose that instinct.
Because it's interesting. I remember earlier in our conversation where you mentioned about Guiss Guiss, the album, and there was a part where you said you were a perfectionist about, I think it was about some vocal arrangements. So on one hand you have this bit of perfectionism, and then there's the instinct. Do you see what I mean? And I have this sometimes where I will I'm much better with using my instinct now, but sometimes when my instinct tells me one thing, and then the other side of my brain is saying, okay, you need to like analyze this. What if you do this, what will happen? Do you know what I mean? There's those competing.
Yeah, everything was recorded like only with instinct. For example, I record all the guitar in one day.
Yeah.
Because I have my ideas, I have my my idea of sound of the guitar. So was in one day I write everything. But you, because I don't know, I have a lot of instinct, different. No,
yeah.
For example, in the perfectionism of the vocal, you have to stimulate that instinct. For Abu, for example, no, I say to him, was not like taking the melodyne and write the melody with the computer, but only stimulate his instinct.
His instincts,
yeah,
I understand.
so I have a lot of instinct writings, because he's like this. He quite never prepare anything. You say to him, yeah, you can prepare something at home, but it's like a losing battle.
He doesn't work that way. That's not who he is.
No, we are
Yeah.
right here, and when we are together, so I call him a lot of times and stop, and then maybe we have 3 or 4 vocal parts, and then we choose the right one for the right place. Or sometimes he did like 3 or 4 for example, for ethnic was like this. For we write the melody together, like, oh, maybe you can go more up, because we mixed our instinct. But for example, the chorus was in the beginning. I don't know why in his mind was in the beginning, and I after the first chord there are 2 chorus, and I put after, and that is the part that all of the people sing, as I told you in Milano. The more singed part of every concert. So sometimes you have an instinct, and okay, but the instinct must a bit organized.
Yeah, I think so. That's where it's important. You understand your own mind, and you understand the mind of Abu and the others as well, as to kind of what works. But that instinctive thing, I think, is just such a brilliant thing to have. Along with just the the imagination that comes with instinct.
Yeah,
Of trying different styles, different bringing in different influences.
Exactly. For example, there is a track that is we write all the track, me and Abu, more or less. But one track is written from the fluteman, the Ariel, and is a great track. It's called Jambar, and we keep it the same as yeah, I cut some part because we're too boring, like, when you are a producer, okay, this we cut, this we cut. But we keep more or less everything he write, and Abu only sing a melody over it, and we keep it like this. Is exactly how Ariel writes.
That's interesting. So when I was a kid, I think when I was about 8, you got a guitar. I started playing cello. That was my instrument when I was a kid, and I did all my exams.
Cello.
Yeah,
cello.
Yeah, you can see it. There.
Cello. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so I did all my exams. Everything very, very kind of structured. It was all, kind of back when I was learning, it was all very classical. It was classical music training and playing in orchestra and things like that. And I gave it up when I was, I think I was maybe 17, because it never felt. It was my dad that sort of pushed me into it. And I'm really grateful that he made me practice when I didn't want to practice. I hated it. It was like I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to be out, similar to you playing football. I wanted to play football. I wanted to be with my friends, but I had to practice. And I became a bit resentful of having to do that. So I gave it up. But I bought myself that about 5 years ago. When my parents were getting old, and I knew they were going to, it wouldn't be long before they died, and so I bought this and started. And honestly, I went into a music store in London. I think it was in Soho. There was a Yamaha store, and I explained to the guy. I said, I haven't played 30 years. Would you mind if I just tried? She said, no, no, go into this room and do about four cellos on the wall. And I picked one off. And as soon as I put that in my hand, the neck in my hand, just all this kind of memory and emotion from when I was playing came back to me. It completely took me by surprise. I was like, fuck, this is wow. But now I'm playing again and I'm teaching, but I'm trying to. I have to teach myself, about the improvisation. I have to teach myself a very different way of learning it again.
Wow.
I
But
have to, and I did. Do you know what I was listening to a track by a band that I really like, and it's really great for. It's got some beautiful harmonies in it, and I was playing to it, and I've got quite a good ear for harmony, and but I was writing it down what notes I was playing,
wow.
and I just thought to myself, don't do that. Just go with your heart. Just go with your instincts and just play, and it will sound different each time, and that's fine. But I had to stop myself and teach myself. So I have to teach myself a new way of doing it.
Mamma mia.
It's
Wow.
really interesting how your brain works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very, very positive story.
Yeah. So last thing I just wanted to ask you was about with the just with the kind of the nature of Afrodream and your side projects. How how do you feel like you're a risk taker?
Risk taker.
Like you take risks in creating in how you create music, like if you were creating a very different style of music for your solo stuff, or creating some for the looking ahead to the next Afrodream album, creating something that's maybe slightly different to what Guiss Guiss is. Do you see those as taking risks?
Taking risk from create different music.
Yeah, yeah,
uh, that as a producer we I work with a lot of different kind of music,
mm,
like electronic music, Afrobeat, rock music, rock
mm,
so much, but Italian songwriters.
yeah.
So for me, the normal for me is
Because
not the different kind of music help me to have more ideas. And
mm,
the thing is
I,
that
I was going to say, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say, I think some bands, some bands worry about what the next album is going to be. Like, how are we going to change? And if we change too much, are the fans going to like the change? Because listeners, they always say, "Oh, this album's not as good as the last one," or people always compare albums, and then I think when there's an evolution in sound or style, that sometimes can be quite difficult.
yes, in fact, you I think the key is keep your like a soul. If you keep
Mm.
all of what you're doing, of course, if you change from Afrobeat to black metal, is difficult. But
That might be difficult.
I think that the key is that your music needs to have a soul and a meaning for you. And if
Yeah,
a soul and a meaning for you, the people listen to it. It's not. The problem is when maybe you write something like, okay, I have to write this, must be like this, and the music is too add think
it's kind of rigid in that
uh,
formula.
exactly. And so you can change if the soul remains.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. Luca, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for you.
It's been a pleasure. It's been really, really great to talk to you.
Yeah, it was also for me.